Hi, and thank you for joining us for another walk around video. Today we're going to do a Newmar. This is a 2020 Canyon Star. This is the 3747 floor plan. This is a bath and a half. So lots to talk about here. Let's get right to it. Up in the front, driver passenger seats do both rotate around, which on some floor plans works better than on others. On this floor plan, I like that ability quite a bit. It definitely puts you right in the middle of the living room here, and that's a good thing. Your passenger, not much of a lump here going up for the engine. Your passenger has a nice little workstation here, and also has all the power they might need. Both USB and 110 volt power are right there next to the passenger, so they're going to be very well connected. On the radio, we also have built-in Rand McNally navigation, which tells you, that's nice because you can program in your height and your length so it doesn't take you down any roads where you physically don't fit or can't turn around. The camera system has both a backup and turn signal activated blind spot cameras, so you can click those on when you're changing lanes. 2 cup holders up front for the driver, as well as a fully automatic leveling system. When we get into this area up here, this is going to be mostly storage, but I do see a Wi-Fi Ranger up there. That's going to be your range extender for your internet connectivity. Over here, we have more storage. Sorry, get my big head out of the way of the camera. Nice flat dashboard as well. I know that a lot of people have pets that like to make themselves at home on the dashboard, so perfect for that. As we move further back, we're going to get to the command center, which is right here above the entry door. Lots to talk about here. I'll go quickly. If you want any more in-depth answers, we're always open to that. We try to keep the videos hopefully somewhat entertaining, but moving along as well. I can do hour-and-a-half videos. We've done that before. Some people like that, but certainly we also have to educate and keep you tuned in. So we do try to keep moving there. As we look up here, this is our power management system. If the coach were plugged in, which it's not now, we're running off battery power, but if the coach were plugged in, this would tell us exactly how much power is coming in, whether it's a 50 amp or a 30 amp service, and would also manage it so that it doesn't go over that and pop the circuit breaker out at the post where you're plugged into. There are 2 inverters on this coach. One of them runs the refrigerator, and it's kind of always on. Whenever the coach is in use, that inverter will be on, and that will supply power to it. We've optioned in a second inverter here as well. This one powers the outlets in the bedroom, and that's going to be not only for like entertainment, but also the outlets in there will be hot for like a CPAP machine, something along those lines. Our water heater is a 10-gallon gas and electric water heater. You can turn on either or both right here. These are slide-out controls over here, and then we'll just go right across the bottom. Battery disconnect. So if you're putting your coach in storage, you would click this off. This would shut off everything that's connected to the house batteries. Your step switch turns your steps on or off, and what on or off means is, do we want them to come in and out every time we open the door, or when we're parked somewhere and set up, do you want them just to stay out, which is usually the preferred method. So that switch controls that. Keep in mind you can't really screw up with the steps because there is an override on it regardless of the position of this switch. If the ignition key is turned on and that door is shut, those steps are coming in, so can't screw that up. We did option in an in-motion satellite on this. This can be tuned in for DirecTV or Dish Network, whichever you prefer. We do have, of course, a power awning and awning lights. And then this is kind of our information center here. This is going to give us all of our tank levels for gray, black. Also, we can turn our water pump and our tank heaters. This does have tank heaters built in. On and off through this control panel. And then if I go back to the home screen, I also control my HVAC through here. This coach does have heat pumps, and it has a furnace, and it has 2 air conditioners, so lots to talk about there, but very easy touch control. I like this because it's just a very intuitive system. You don't really have to think about how would I do this. It's pretty simple. So, all right, moving on. Let's go over here. These 2 cabinets are going to be used for storage. The Bose right here has some storage underneath it, and the pre-wire is all here for the satellite, and we do have our DVD, our Blu-ray player rather, already in here. So if you want to hook up a satellite, it's pretty simple. There's one coax coming in from the roof satellite, and then there's a spot to plug in HDMI. In fact, the cord's laying right in there. You plug that into your TV, you plug the box into the wall. Pretty simple to hook that up once we get the dish programmed for you. Now the TV is on a televator. Where's the switch for that? Here it is. So we'll bring that up. Good viewing angles. Something I always look at in coaches are how are my viewing angles in the coach, because so many times we just do a poor job as an industry of this over the years. So directly across from a very large, long, three-person hide-a-bed sofa is the 50-inch television. So can't get much better viewing angles than that. Also, the driver's seat would turn around and give you a perfect viewing angle, and you could always move these dinette chairs if you had extra guests. In the event that you're entertaining or eating and want to watch television, we did option in the front overhead television as well. So if somebody's sitting here and blocking your way to your main TV, you have a beautiful front overhead TV. Some people like to multitask and keep the Weather Channel on one and, you know, Sports Center on the other. I'm not here to judge, folks. You have all the entertainment you would like. Our refrigerator is a Whirlpool residential refrigerator. This is much bigger than the old gas and electric refrigerators. And I know some people are still on the fence about all electric refrigerators, but folks, this technology is here. As you're going down the road, the inverter powers this. Now, an inverter does the opposite of a converter. We have both on a motorhome. An inverter takes 12-volt battery power, DC current, if you will, and turns it into 110, 120 volt AC current. Off of the batteries, but that will draw the batteries down fairly quickly. However, we have our alternator on the engine running, and that's charging our batteries. So as the battery pulls down, the alternator charges it back up. Well, how long can we go when we're driving? If you don't shut that engine off, you can go forever. That is a constant cycle of life there. The alternator charges the batteries supply the inverter supplies the refrigerator, and that's our cycle of life. Now, how long can you go when you're boondocking? That's the question I get. Well, a couple of things on there. First of all, if you're running just off battery power with no other influences, you're going to go, on this coach, you're probably going between 18 and 24 hours. If you don't have every stinking light in the coach on, like we do right now, you're probably going between 18 and 24 hours of boondocking without any other influences. Now, what do I mean by influences? Well, we can start the engine and charge our batteries. We can start the generator and charge our batteries, or we can plug this coach in. Even to a simple 15 amp extension cord will charge the batteries. So you have different ways of stretching out that time. And like I said, compared to the gas and electric refrigerators, people are just loving these. This technology is definitely already there. All right, as we come forward, or backwards, depending on how you look at this, we have our pantry. Now, this pantry has the very deep pull-out drawers. They are adjustable in height, so you can change those around, and there's, what, 6 of them there? Awesome setup with the pantry. I think you'll like that. Then more pantry here with more adjustable shelves. Down below, more pantry yet. I don't think we're short on pantry in this coach. All right, let's check the driver's side of the coach. We mentioned the hide-a-bed sofa. It's a queen-size hide-a-bed sofa. 3 cabinets up above it. These are solid wood. These doors stand up on their own with the nice metal strut, and these are one big open space where longer items can fit in there. So great setup on the overhead cabinets. Nice windows, and the windows do open. Even the one on the slide right there behind the driver, on the end of the slide rather, that opens up for a nice cross breeze. And then your 2 windows in and around the TV open up also. We have a 30-inch convection microwave as we come further back in the coach. Underneath that, we have a 3-burner Dometic cooktop, and that's propane. Underneath that, we have 3 drawers. These are, of course, on ball bearing extensions, and they are the soft close drawers if you just get them close. There's 2 drawers like this and one like the first one. And then over here, we have drawers all the way down. There's 4 of them. So I'm not going to open all of them. The bottom 2 look just like those. And then let's open this up. Got a little flip down there for your little scrubbies. You can see the trash can kind of hiding in there, but it's actually easier to get through from here. This coach does have a central vac in it, built in. We'll show you the tools for that when we do the outside of our video, but they plug in right here. Now our bathroom. I'm going to open up all these cabinets and I'm going to let Tony shoot it. The overhead here is primarily just circuit breakers and fuses. But there's a lot of little cabinets and cubbies, and I'm just going to get it open and get the heck out of the way, and lots of countertop space in there. Tony, do your magic. I wish my bathroom at home had this many cubbies and little spots to tuck things. Maybe they wouldn't have to be on the counter all the time. Hope my wife does not watch this video. She probably won't. She's tired of hearing me talk. All right, as we move back, now we have options when it comes to this cabinet. And you know, we're always trying to guess what the next customers through the door are going to want. This is our washer dryer prep cabinet, but as you can see, there's a nice light in here. Turn that on. As you can see, it's actually double hanging space right now. So you could have a really big extra wardrobe right here if you don't have to have a washer dryer, if you don't mind using the washer and dryer that's at most RV resorts. Now, if you have to have a washer dryer, you still have choices. You can either do the all-in-one unit, which would take up the bottom half of this, and you'd still have a half a wardrobe here, or you can do the stackable. With the stackable, you are definitely giving up the entire wardrobe, the entire extra wardrobe, I guess you'd call it. Most people aren't real big fans of the all-in-one unit. I have had some customers that absolutely love it. Most people could do without the all-in-one. So I usually tell people, hey, for most of you, either do the stackable or forget about it. But, you know, somebody will call me out on that and say, I love my all-in-one. Okay. You're in the minority, though. King-size bed in a 37-foot bath and a half motorhome. That's pretty cool. Usually when we're down to 37 feet on bath and a half, we have to go to queen size bed, and that turns a few people off. But king size bed with lots of room to make the bed on either side of it, with outlets on both sides of the bed, and with storage up above. And on this storage, sorry, I got to climb on it. You've got an outlet in the center there, and then little pipes where you can run the CPAP machine down through. It's made for that. There's a lot of people that need CPAPs and use CPAPs. And according to my doctor, I need a CPAP. Well, what does he know? Medical school. Anyway, we're moving on. We'll check out some closet space here. We do have 2 leaves for the table. The table does pull out. I forgot to demonstrate that, but it does. And good storage above. Big wardrobe over here also. And then we're going to have 5 drawers that look like this. I'm not going to open all of them. One of them folds down and has your other Blu-ray player and your hookup for your satellite in it. The other 5 are drawers. So if it looks like there's 6 in here, I promise one is not. All right, open this up. We have 2 folding chairs, upholstered the same as our other chairs. Notice on either side of the king-size bed, those are windows that do open also. All right, nothing left to do but show the big bathroom. All right. Nice corner shower. This is all one molded piece, so no chance for leakage. Good countertop space back here. We'll open up this cabinet. Nice cosmetic storage. Medicine cabinet. Okay, and then down below we have good storage. This motorhome has a lot of storage in it. So, and then 3 drawers like this one. Got an outlet right here as well, so you can plug in the hairdryer, curling iron, shave tool, whatever you like. All right, as we always like to do, we want to show you this motorhome with the slide outs in, because most of them have, you know, tighter points. Sometimes they're a little tighter at the front, sometimes they're a little tighter in the middle, and different choke points based on how many slide outs we have. We all love how much room they have when opened up, but there's a trade-off there, and that's that they can get a little tight when the slides are in. Well, this one right through the front half of it here is really wide. I mean, you don't even have to turn sideways, so that is really nice with the walkway here. Kitchen, microwave, refrigerator, pantry, all piece of cake. Even walking through here, pretty easy. I do have to turn sideways, but that's pretty easy. Can get back here to the king size bed, lay on the bed. I can get to the washer dryer closet very easily as well. Where this one might keep me out of the donut box would be right here. Okay, this door opens, and this is a little snug right here. So again, 230-pound guy can make it in here. You probably can too, but that is the choke point. Once you're in there, it's very wide open and it's easy. But like we always say on this videos, we're going to show you the good and the bad, because there's always trade-offs in the RV industry. Hey, I gained this, but I lost this. So that's what this looks like with the slide outs in. We're going to flip it around here real quick. Tony's going to get a shot from the back coming forward, and then we will show you the outside of this motorhome. All right, here we are on the outside of our 2020 Newmar Canyon Star 3747. Now, we're right on the interstate out here. Our lot is very crowded right now, so Tony and I try to find some strategic places to do this. Sometimes we just end up on the interstate. Of course we end up on the internet, but sometimes we end up on the interstate because there's just no better place to do it on the lot, and we're crowded right now. So, moving on, we'll show you the outside of this beautiful motorhome. Of course, you have the masterpiece finish from Newmar. Nobody, in my opinion, does a better paint job than Newmar. As you look through this, it's very difficult to find anything that is not just absolute perfection on their paint, and that's what we love about them. This is built on the Ford V10 chassis. So that is a F53 chassis. This is the heaviest duty one that they make. They make this chassis from 16,000 gross vehicle weight rating up to 26,000 gross vehicle weight rating. This is the 26,000. When you go to the bigger chassis, you do get aluminum wheels and you get 22.5-inch tires. So that's going to be a better ride and easier to keep clean, no rust, that type of thing. Of course, we have our flagpole holder, our clear film on the front to protect against bugs and rocks, and we do have side cameras in addition to our rear camera. As we move back, they've actually done a really nice job on the storage on this. I like it when we use multiple compartments, but they're actually connected together. That gives you the ability to put longer items in there. So that's one really nice, fully carpeted area. As we come back to the fourth and fifth compartment back, again, they're connected. This is one compartment. These are the tools for the central vac system on the inside. There are hookups out here where you could hook up a TV very easily and set it on a little table outside. On this floor plan, we really didn't have room for the exterior TV without sacrificing some major storage, so it wasn't worth the trade-off. Back over here, once again, we have one large compartment with two doors on it. And then back on the very back right, we have a large one with a pass-through up high. As we walk around to the back, you do have a 5,000-pound hitch on this coach. You have a backup camera that's molded in. Doesn't look like some bolted-on accessory after the fact. We have a beautiful mirror finish on the back here, and that kind of gives it that diesel look. A lot of times people that are looking at a Canyon Star, they're wavering back and forth between really high-end gas or more of an entry-level diesel. Well, this gives you that really high-end diesel look on a really high-end gas motorhome, so keeps the price down. As we work around here, you'll see this first compartment. This actually has our one of our black tank dump valves on here. We also have a surge protector built into the transfer switch, and this is a 50 amp shore power cord. We'll move forward a compartment. You get a little bit of pass-through in this one. That's your freshwater tank, and also they made the drain on the freshwater tank. That's what you're seeing right down here. They made that very accessible. Nothing frustrates me more than when manufacturers take things that should be very accessible and make them hard to get to. Your fuel fill is here. Of course, this just takes regular unleaded fuel. And then down below, this is storage for our sewer hose, and that'll hold a good-sized sewer hose in there. Not the old one they used to use would only hold a really dinky sewer hose. More pass-through storage through there. Coming up into here, this is our wet bay, and our wet bay is going to have our whole house water filtration system, our black tank flushes. There are two of those. Hot and cold water out here to wash up with afterwards, and our gray and black dump are on the next compartment forward here, which is kind of a connected compartment. Newmar does do a good job with their siphon hose. That siphon hose is actually used for when you're winterizing the motorhome. It makes it very easy. You simply turn two valves, and then that will suck the fluid right out of the jug of RV antifreeze. So much easier and so much less fluid is used when you do it this way. The standard generator on this is an Onan 5500, but we have optioned this up to the 7000. The 7000 is actually a quieter generator. It's a little more expensive, but it's quieter, and of course it puts out more power. Those are things we like. Something you don't see very often on a gas motorhome is a pull-out battery tray. That's usually a feature reserved for diesels. This actually has a pull-out tray here, and then we have our big bottle for our propane. So that's a little bit on the outside of this motorhome. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to ask for me when you call in. That's why we're out here doing this, and it's cold today, so take a little pity on us and buy this motorhome. Please like and subscribe to our page. Thanks for watching. My name is Chris Anderson. I'm with Mount Comfort RV.